Don Quixote, The Complete Adventures, adapted for the contemporary reader, modern classics. Written by Miguel Cervantes, James Harris. Narrated by Jack Henry Kison. Audio edited by Isaac Greenwich. Chapter 1. Introducing the character and pursuits of the famous gentleman Don Quixote of La Mancha. Not so long ago, in the village of La Mancha, a place of which I have no desire to mention, there lived one of those gentlemen that kept a lance in the rack, a shield, a lean horse, and a greyhound for running, a pot of beef and a salad on most nights, lentils on Fridays, leftovers on Saturdays, and a pigeon on Sundays, leaving him with 3/4 of his income. The rest of it went on a jacket made of fine cloth, velvet riding trousers, and shoes to match for holidays, while on the weekdays his figure filled his homemade clothing. In his house lived a housekeeper over 40, a niece under 20, and a young boy for the field work, who used to saddle the horse as well as gather the vegetation. He was approaching 50. He had strong habits, a lean, thin physique, was a very early riser, and a great sportsman. You should know, during his leisure time, which was mostly all year round, he dedicated himself to reading books of chivalry with such devotion and desire that he almost entirely neglected the pursuit of any other activity, and even the management of his property. And his eagerness and infatuation went so far that he sold many acres of land to buy books of chivalry, and brought home as many of them as he could buy. But out of all of them, there was none he liked greater than those written by the famous Feliciano da Silva, because the lucidity of style and complicated word puzzles were pearls in his eyes, particularly when, while reading, he came across the subject of romance and relationships, where he often found passages like, "The reason for the unreason with which my reason is afflicted weakens my reason so, with reason I weep at your beauty." Or again, "My God, your divinity divinely aligned you with the stars, rendering you deserving of the desert your greatness deserves." Over these kinds of sentences the poor gentleman lost his mind, and used to lie awake struggling to understand and find the meaning in them. Aristotle himself couldn't have made out or extracted the meaning, even if he had come to life again purely for that purpose. He was pedantic about continuity, because whilst reading a book, he became unhappy about the wounds which Don Bellianus had taken, because it seemed to him that, as great as the surgeons were who had cured him, his face and body were left covered with scars.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?